It is time for the latest and the most comprehensive breakdown of the biggest news stories in Western Visayas. This is Panay News Tonight. Here are the top stories of the day. The Iloilo provincial government said it is ready to make any adjustments in case of a monkeypox outbreak in the country. Governor Arthur Defensor Jr. said their frontline strategy to prevent the spread of the monkeypox disease is isolation. However, Defensor said they will have to wait for further instructions from the national government in terms of quarantine measures. Defensor also said there is no reason to implement any adjustments at the moment as there are no cases yet of the disease having entered the country. The governor added that the provincial government's quarantine teams are still stationed at the Iloilo International Airport in Cabanatuan and at the Dumangas and Estancia Port to monitor against COVID-19. These quarantine teams can be easily adjusted to cater to other scenarios, according to Defensor. The 5 major land transport terminals in Iloilo City were found with many deficiencies and are at risk of losing their franchise to operate. These terminals are located in the barangay borders of Ungca and Tagbak in Haro, Villamojon in Arevalo, Hibawaan in Mandurriao, and Baldoza in La Paz. Under Memorandum Circular 2008-013 of the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, transport terminals are required to have the following. Transport terminals must also be able to accommodate modernized jeepneys, which are decidedly heftier in height, width, and length than traditional jeepneys. These deficiencies must be fixed in time for the implementation of the city government's Land Public Transport Route Plan on June 12. However, LTFRB 6 Legal Counsel Attorney June Altura admitted that the terminals may not be able to immediately address these deficiencies before the deadline. On the other hand, Altura pointed out that while the LPTRP will be implemented by June 12, the majority of jeepneys operating are still the traditional ones, which could give terminal operators time to comply. The Bacolod city government has lifted its curfew 2 years after it was imposed as part of the city's effort to combat the spread of COVID-19. The city curfew hours were set from 12 midnight to 4 a.m. According to Mayor Evelio Leonardia, the lifting of the curfew is in line with the city's recovery plan to lessen the restriction of people's movements under the new normal. The curfew scrapping is also seen to further revitalize business activities and promote consumer spending. Bacolod City is one of the 39 local government units de-escalated to Alert Level 1 by the National Interagency Task Force in March 2022. Bacolod City had been included by the IATF primarily due to its high vaccination rate and consistent decline in its COVID-19 infections. And those are tonight's latest headlines. This is your anchor, Elijah Lusario Pumida. Good evening. For more stories, check our website, www.panaynews.net. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Grab the digital copy of Panay News on Press Reader. Read Panay News via the Inquirer Plus app and avail a free 30-day trial. Join Panay News community on Viber. Don't forget to always wear your face masks and face shields, sanitize your hands, and observe proper physical distancing.